Hollywood for making the ukulele synonymous with the Hawaiian Islands. The handsome young beach boy serenading his fair hula maiden under a swaying palm tree somewhere on a beautiful white sand beach.
Some people don't know the true origin of that strange little guitar named after a jumping flea. The ukulele or braguinha was actually brought here by Portuguese settlers. And to make a long story short, the Hawaiians instantly fell in love and adopted this little stringed wonder as their own.
The history of the ukulele basically started in the late 1800s when the first Portuguese came over on sailing vessels. They came over to work in the cane fields and brought along their crafts and musical instruments. And the Hawaiians were so fascinated by watching these people, Portuguese, play these little instruments, machete de braga or the braquintas, and just their fingers moving up and down the fingerboard reminded them of a jumping flea. So that's kind of how you get your uku and lele, leaping. And so that's basically, it was introduced by those first immigrants that came over to work.
And since 1916, the Kamaka family have successfully preserved the tradition of creating ukuleles that are world-renowned for a lasting, luxuriant tone that is yet to be replicated. Brothers Sam and Fred Kamaka, along with cousins Wally and Paul Akeo, talk story with us about their fond memories and experiences with the family business.
Well, we grew up in Kamaki with my parents on Fifth Avenue. And my mom opened the Royal Hawaiian Hotel entertaining. Oh. And my dad met my mom earlier, but she was a hula teacher for them. They needed ukulele, so he started making ukuleles as a hobby on his Fifth Avenue home. And he needed a place to build instruments. So he got a little property at 1814 South King Street where they opened the first ukulele shop.
1921.
Whoa.
We weren't born yet.
I don't think I was even thought of.
Oh, I started working as a summer job probably around 1953, 1954, when my dad thought I was being too idle. So I went to see Uncle Sam and asked if there was anything that I could do. And totally inexperienced, so I went down to the shop and started my first summer there. And through Sam's tutelage, I learned how to make ukulele from scratch.
I started about 1958, 59, while I was in high school. And I remember catching the bus, and Uncle Sam let me work here a couple of summers to help pay for my tuition, which is wonderful. It's so nice to have a family that was gravitated into the entertainment industry, not only teaching hula, dancing hula, singing, but also crafting and making these ukuleles from scratch and tones that, I love the tones. I love the tones.
Just to be associated, connected to the Kamaka family and the history of the Kamaka Ukulele and all it's meant to the Hawaiian music industry. And if not the industry, just for the average person who can pick up an ukulele and strum, and to sometimes see the children walking along the street and they just have an ukulele by themselves and they're plinking. That is magnificent, watching them play that instrument.
Also growing up, when my mothers would entertain in Waikiki, we'd carry the ukuleles to and from the car before and after their performances. So we got to listen to their music and what the ukulele did for them.
You have pictures with them only playing Pineapple Ukulele. And that's how it became very popular. Because the musicians, when the tourists came, they saw this. What was that? What is that? What kind of instrument is that? And that's how Papa became one of the foremost ukulele makers, because his ukulele was publicized.
But he patented
for the
that
tourists.
design though.
Yeah. He patented that design.
Yeah.
Yes, 1916.
The sound of the ukulele we know of today all goes back to my father's pineapple-shaped ukulele. It's only in the last 10 years or so he's been given credit for development of the ukulele sound. But that sound from that pineapple ukulele is what people shoot for in England for ukulele, all over the Far East, all over Hawaii, all over the United States. That sound, that my dog has flea sound, is exactly the one he developed from that pineapple. So, sound from the pineapple 1926 is here. Sound from 2008 is here. My father was given credit for designing a different shape. In fact, they had him first. I have some papers show that he invented the pineapple. My father said, I didn't invent it. I just designed it till I could get the sound I wanted. And that's what he got. Sam and I always told everybody, the ukuleles we make all reflect the sound from 1926 pineapple. For us with the business, 7 years ago, we turned it over to our son. We also reminded him, remember what your grandfather said is good enough for us to pass on to you.
Don't make junk.
Don't make junk.
The process of creating a world-class Kamaka ukulele is a painstaking art that requires design, redesign, and meticulous examination to produce an instrument with prominent and tonal playing qualities. As a result, the Kamaka ukulele is often handed down through generations as a cherished heirloom.
It was raking leaves to save money.
All right,
That's the start.
That's cool. I think why Hawaii embraced the ukulele so much and has been such a part of our life is that it's a simple instrument. It creates such a beautiful sound, and it just accompanied, for instance, like the hula and a lot of the Hawaiian songs so beautifully, and it just kind of fit right into what we do here. Watching hula teachers playing the instrument and watching the girls dance, it's just so melodic and so simple. You can take it anywhere, down to the beach. You can pull it out and just kanikapila, and everybody's worries go away.
It's impossible to think of Hawaiian music today without the ukulele. And thanks to the Kamaka Ohana, the ukulele will always be synonymous with Hawaii.